Okay, this has taken me far too many takes to try to record this properly. So we've established we're just going to sit on the floor and do this, and Lily's going to be joining us back and forth. Excuse me, could you not destroy my mermaid glass? Thank you. Okay, this reading, I have no idea what it's for, why we're doing it, but Spirit's been bugging me to do this for 2 days now, with a literal fly on the wall that I've seen. And every time I'm like ignoring it, I look over and there's like a little thing flying around my tarot cards. So I take that as a message that someone's spying, and that I'm supposed to be using them to deliver a message, to pollinate. So this is not for any specific sign. This is not for any specific time frame. This is for here and now and for the viewers. Disclaimer on this is, if you have any negative intent, none of this information will serve you. None of it. It'll sound like crazy gibberish to you. Those of pure of hearts and pure of intent, with kindness, benevolence, and love in their hearts, you're welcome. These messages are for you, and may those with ears to hear and hearts to feel, see and know. And to my super favorite fan club people who have been with me before I was even born, I doubt you're going to find anything useful here, but you probably will make something up. So do as you will. God knows. Okay, we are starting out. Can you see this? What if I do this? Okay. Guess I can scooch over. Oh, but then I can't see it. And if it stops recording, oh, okay. We're starting with, this is called the Erotic Fantasy deck. Erotic Fantasy Tarot by Los Carabeo. And it's amazing. It's like my new favorite deck. It has a bunch of Amazons on it. And priestesses and stuff from the worlds I know more about than this one. What do we need to know? God, speak, please, and thank you. The Chariot. Are you kidding me? I just heard the Mario theme in my head. Do, 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 do. Strength. The Devil. Four of Wands. Five of Wands in reverse, and I don't know if you noticed when this flipped over, it was almost the right way, I think, and then it went in reverse. And then the Queen of Cups. I do not want to read this as a collective version of a story to where it branches out to different things, and I give you examples of all these different things it could be. You can apply that yourself. This is Spirit talking to you, so the message will be in one way that you can interpret regardless of who you are listening to this. Strength. The ability to face your fears and overcome something that you've been through. Something that had bonded you and trapped you, but you learned to overcome that bondage and being trapped in a situation and create something beautiful out of it. You turned that conflict to that addiction or that situation that would have broken most people, and you created a stable foundation to move forward onto and to build upon. It's like that phrase that being thrown to the wolves, but you come back leading the pack. It's kind of like that. Your ability to face your own demons and to create sanctuary for those demons without asking them to change, because you know that there is time and place for conflict, but it isn't to harm others intentionally, you know what I mean? Like, you don't wage a war just because you want to rule something. Like, it's usually in the proper way to protect something, to, I mean, in the medieval ways, it was like to guard a kingdom from imposing like marauders and stuff. So you kind of took those marauders and you made them into your soldiers to protect something for you. Now let's bring some clarity onto this. Okay. A fiery climax approaches in reverse, full moon in Aries. You've already been through the fiery climax. That's what this strength in the devil is right here. Some fiery thing that occurred in your life that in most situations would have burned down the forest you were in, but you harnessed it and used that flame to warm the seeds you planted. You took all those people that wanted to cause conflict in your life, and you not only put their wands down, you used their wands to hold up your castle. You see that? Congratulations on whatever you overcame. It seems like you really did overcome other people's projections, opinions, mindsets, and possibly even addictions. Balancing spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. As a Pisces ascendant, I can tell you, every time there has been any kind of a full moon or a moon of any kind in Pisces, what I have experienced is one of the things I've experienced is the intense focus on things that were harming me that I was unaware of and still partaking in, such as people, places, things, addictions, etc. It was almost, it's like having a goldfish in a glass bowl, but it's swimming around in its own poop and it doesn't know. And when the moon is usually in Pisces, you gain clarity on what it is you're actually swimming in. Conclusions are within reach, a full moon eclipse, and I think we just had one yesterday on June 24th, 2021. You already know. You already know the way forward isn't based on the steps you took from the way behind you. So to move forward, you can't continue to behave the way you did before, because it already concluded. That method of your personality already gained and overcame what it needed to. Now, what you've learned from that has to become a sense of habitual state of being for the next step, which is the answers you need are coming, a full moon in Gemini. So you learned how to turn conflict into construction. You learned how to demolish in a controlled way. You learned how to create in a destructive way, but still without harming anything. So now you take that and you use that as the foundation of the next level of the person you're becoming. Does that make sense to you? So let's say I learn a skill on how to enunciate the word civilization while missing like I don't know, a tooth or a verbal dialect ability through a vocal cord. Like some method that's like you'd have to really go out of your way to create a sense of balance again to be able to function in a quote-unquote normal way. You went through something which forced you to balance out what you were going through. You learned that skill. Now you don't need to keep repeating that skill. You need to use that skill to build upon a new skill. So you learned how to utilize, the word civilization properly without stumbling. Now you have to use the word civilization in a sentence repeatedly while you give a speech to 20,000 people. That kind of thing. So you go from building the foundation to becoming the queen that sits upon the foundation, or the king. Someone with very open, emotional, intelligent, like high emotional intelligence, but also very sensual. Look at the dolphin. High emotional intelligence, telepathy, deep open-heartedness. There's no armor on her. Her eyes aren't even open. She's in full ecstasy in this picture, and no one's even around her. It's just her own energy. You need nothing to complete you. Which means you're going to be receiving a lot of things that will help add on to you. And you're going to be thinking, oh, well, do I really need this? Do I really need that? And what this is saying is that the answers are coming, but some answers are coming that you don't even have the question to yet. So hold on to those answers. Write them down. Put them on a list somewhere. If you're getting gifts from somebody and you don't know what to do with it, leave it in the box, put it in storage. You might have to give it to someone else later. You could be the prayer answer to someone else that, you're working through God. So God's working through you, and you're working through God, and you guys are delivering messages to and from other versions of yourselves, through and from other versions of yourselves. Does that make sense? So if you gain a gift, like if somebody gives you, 3 cards, and you're like, I don't even need one, why are you giving me 3 cards? Well, there might be 3 other people you're going to give those cards to that are like single parents that need to have a card to take their kid to the doctor. And congratulations, you have a new car now, Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. So, the South Node is something I've become fairly familiar with recently. It's the thing and the place, at least in what I've noticed, that we go and hide in. And we... Lily, stop, please. Just stop. Come on, go play. Quit chewing that, go. The South Node is the place we run to for comfort. Like for me, I redecorate a lot. I organize things a lot. Sometimes I scatter things purposefully around the house, and like I hide things like snacks just so I can find them later. Like these certain Virgo kind of earthy, traits where it's like I'm using foresight and hindsight, but then I get stuck in the side, like the... Can you stop chewing that? Come here. Come here. Just sit right here. Just lay there. Right here. Yeah, right here. No, not right there. Okay, come sit on my lap. Come here. Come on. Well, if you want me to pick you up, you gotta not be crouching on the floor. Come on. Come on. Tiny pterodactyl. The South Node, whatever your South Node is the place you go to for comfort. It's the place you go to where you know things. It's kind of like having 11 out of 12 zodiac signs on your birth chart, but you don't have a specific one, like you're missing the sign of, I don't know, Taurus or something in your chart. Well, unbeknownst to you, you probably utilize the Taurian energy more than anything else. It's like your comfort zone. So if your North Node is in Leo and your South Node is in Virgo, and then you'd probably be, your comfort zone would be the home and decorations and organizing and analyzing and working and using foresight and hindsight to try to sort things out in the present moment, and just, you know, that kind of thing. It's normal to you. Bookkeeping and inventory taking, it's kind of like your peaceful zone. This is telling you, don't let your past hold you back. So if a Virgo isn't very much like a Kardashian who's like a friggin' Leo bouncing around there like doing a makeup tutorial video, it's just some like cliche mean girl, legally blonde type of thing, right? The Virgo doesn't know, like the librarian doesn't know what to do with the Kardashian one bit. But the librarian has so much potential to level up the game for the Kardashians too. And I'm just using them as an example that everybody knows. Like, you wouldn't really see the two together unless they're working on something. You're being asked to move from your south node to your north node to do what you're supposed to be doing for you. It doesn't mean you're going to be great at it immediately, but it means you're going to find the strength you need to overcome the fears that hold you back, so that you can build a foundation regardless of the conflict for your own future. Lily, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, can you just go? Pick a spot, babe. And stop chewing on the metal. Do you need iron? What do you need? I got you new food. Do you not like it? Here. Hold on, let me show you. That's what she keeps poking with. Okay. Okay. Terminology back. There. Two of Cups, Queen of Swords, after the Chariot. So, this reminds me of Cleopatra being brought into Mark Anthony's place on like a carpet or whatever it was. Like, there's a side of you that you're unaware of fully, but you are aware of it. Like, you know that sensual side of you is there, but you don't really express it much. And you don't express it much because you're kind of not intimidated by the ability you have to be beautiful, but intimidated in the way of how it feels for that energy to course through you. You know what I mean? It's like somebody that's never danced before dancing for the first time in front of an entire audience. It's that kind of weird, awkward, like wet electricity feeling inside, isn't it? So, get used to that feeling. Become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Let's use this one. This is called the Pagan Tarot. Elder of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. So, someone's coming towards you at some point within your immediate future with some form of legality or a sort of, it's something that people have to work together on. And it's going to take you out of your comfort zone, but what it's also doing is leveling up the quality of your life. Wine bottles, grapes, apples, fruits, bananas, a new car, people blessing the car, a whole bunch of money being handed off, two people working with two people to create movement within the life of other people. This is almost like a group of people coming together to help another group of people, and everyone seems to be working together for a common goal. And it's a very tangible, it's very physical. There is nothing emotionally overwhelming regarding this. Everyone seems to have their shit in check. Everyone seems to be working together for the same thing, and everyone feels a little awkward doing it, which is a great sign because it means you're coming out of your comfort zone. The Nine of Wands normally is being stuck behind the wands and, you know, being afraid and vulnerable and defensive in a way, being insecure and lacking confidence. This is very much having confidence, but it's going through the comfort zone to do something new and bring something new into your life. You know? Like, these people are having this car delivered to them, and they're paying on the spot. They didn't even go to the dealership. They knew exactly what they wanted. Let's do another minute or so, and then I'm gonna stop this so it doesn't take too long to upload. Initiate of Swords and 2 Cardinals. Usually this would seem like someone spying, right? Like information coming in that usually wouldn't have come in. It would have taken a certain je ne sais quoi to bring that information into you. Well, this is something different. This is the blessing of a union. This is like the ring bearer ahead of the wedding. This is someone pointing the way with blessed incense and 2 birds taking care of a nest, that the truth is in the way of the family. The best truth you're going to find is what the initiate knows, right? The first truth. The simplest truth. We all have to work together. His blade is neither pointing at him or at someone else. It is not like pointing up or down. It is freely offered. The truth and communication is freely offered and blessed by that incense right there. I don't know if you've ever been to church or like a mass of some kind, or like a religious sermon, or even like pagan ceremonies and things. Usually there's an initiate who comes forward ahead of everyone carrying on a string, like a chain, a censer, and it has charcoal in it with incense on top, and it creates blessed frankincense smoke over and over. And this person walks ahead wafting this smoke while everybody else, you know, the priest and priestesses and stuff come ahead behind them, or the wedding people, bride and groom, or have a funeral procession. They basically clear the way. Here, you're being shown, in order to clear the way, you have to work as a family. Because that's how the path ahead gets cleared. Not by the blade being held by anybody's hand, but by the blade being ready by everybody to see and to make use of. The truth belongs to everyone. Eight of Swords. I want you to see the beauty of this Eight of Swords. There's someone standing on what seems like the edge of a cliff, but it could be just the beach. There are 2 people holding hands, and we can assume there are 2 more, because there's 4 swords here, 4 swords here, which means another person would have to stand there, and another would have to stand there, to be near or closer to the swords. So there's at least 4 people here, and 1 thinking that they're trapped. But are they trapped? Or is this a ritual? Is this a blessing? Is this a ceremony of freedom? Because there's nothing holding this person back from walking. There is nothing holding this person back from moving their arms. You don't see their wrists tied. Their mouth isn't tied. And their eyes aren't tied very tightly. It's just a flap, like a veil. And there's people holding hands, and those hands don't look very hard or angry. They're wearing ceremonial robes, and they're white. So what is this person being freed from? Self-imposed bondage of unworthiness. Why wear black among such a beautiful scene while everyone's wearing white? Because once that black comes off, you see the vulnerability of the naked body, of the true self, transparent, your authentic you. And these people are all here blessing that, like being born out of a river again. Look, 10 of Cups, same people with the white robes. You know the person you were when you were 16. You know the person you were when you were 8. Could either of those people carry what you would need to carry at the age of 78? Or 108? Or 1008? Could your 8-year-old version handle being 1008 years old? On its own, without any other mental aspect or personality aspect of you? Could only the 8-year-old version of you handle being 1008 years old right now? Absolutely not. What would happen? Insanity. So you've learned as a living being that you have to evolve. You have to go from that to that. You go from that to that. The initiate to the elder. You go from that to that. And these two are not the same people as these, are they? They're totally different people. Even if this guy is this guy grown up, this guy has to grow up to be that guy. You get it? Like, this baby can't do the ceremony these people are doing. This baby can't play with that kid in the way that these two adults can play poker with these two adults. Personalities have to grow. And what you're being asked is, grow. Evolve. Transcend who you were. And allow who you are to lead you towards who you're going to become. So that you can be a novice again, and have friends again, and connect with the earth again, and remember that yes, you've been in a certain path, you went down these ways, you went down that way, but now it's time to go towards your way, the new way of you, not the wands, not the swords, not the pentacles, but towards the Elder of Cups path. Your new judgment, your new rebirth, takes you towards a path which will have you being something completely different. The Queen of Swords can't do what the Queen of Cups can do. The Elder of Cups can't do what the Elder of Wands can do. You've already done the other three, now it's time for the Cups. But that means having to acknowledge the pain you've experienced, doesn't it? Because you've been avoiding it the longest. All these people that betrayed you and hurt you. Well, yeah, it's fine. You'll get over it. Let's go. All those people that betrayed and hurt you were your teachers. Sucks, doesn't it? You just want to destroy everything when you find out that the people closest to you betrayed you. Going to burn down all the foundations and everything you knew and rewrite history. But that's stupid. Because the proper way is to communicate what happened so it doesn't happen again. Lay down the burden. Let yourself be the new version of you. Your happily ever after is waiting. Okay. I think that's it, because I feel like a wait, not a wait. It's like a message from the big giant head is closed. So now I'm going to tell you, thank you everybody for the warm welcomes. Thank you everybody for all the donations you've made and all the support you've shown me. Thank you everybody for so much honesty and all the lessons I've learned. And thank you for all your well wishes regarding what happened with the puppy. I'm grateful though. I got a message today saying she's with her brother, and the person that adopted them both has also another dog, and they're all getting along perfectly. So everyone came together to bring the highest good of those two puppies into fruition. Probably because their mama was also wanting them to be together. I could feel it. And now they are. I mean, I don't have a puppy anymore, but she's with her brother, and she's with another dog who will take care of them, and with a person who is really, really, really amazing. So I'm grateful for that. And then there's this thing. I love you. I love you. I love you. No, you. Somebody tried asking me how they can send me cat treats and stuff on the Amazon wish list. I honestly don't know. Like, I thought my address was like listed on there. I even tried to get a P.O. box to have it listed on there, and it just, I don't know. I mean, it's not even a matter of being afraid of like weirdos. God is everywhere. God watches over me. So it's not that. I just don't comprehend what the problem is with the like people sending stuff over through Amazon. So if you want to send me something, just like email me and let me know, and you can just like do the PayPal thing, and I can go get it. I don't know what else to say about it. And yeah, thank you for the donations again. If I didn't mention it, it's been a great help to try to get back to being to try to be forward in my new life and this new beginning. It's been really weird being back after that white fire thing. It feels like yesterday, but it was almost like a month or 2 months ago now. Anyway, I'm gonna go and upload this. Hopefully it uploads soon. It's June 25th, 2021. It is 2:26 p.m. right now. And I'm purposefully waiting for the video to go 33 to stop it, because it just seems like it would be better that way. So, I love you. Take care of yourselves. Have an amazing day. And I will probably post some specific zodiac sign videos later today or tomorrow, depending on how long this takes to upload. I love you. Bye. Dang it, it went over it.